A captivating actress and model who starred in a list of glossy Hollywood movies throughout the 1950s is none other than Elaine Stewart. There are not many people who find themselves not being captivated by her beauty and charm, seen through both the characters she plays and her pictures on the cover of magazines. Elaine Stewart had enough allure to attract attention and led to her being directed in both leading parts and noteworthy supporting roles. Here are 10 reasons why the American actress and model Elaine Stewart was amazing. But before we dive into the video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below saying, "I subscribed," and we'll do our best to personally reply to your comment. Number 10. She came from humble beginnings. Born Elsie Henrietta Maria Steinberg on May 31, 1930 in Montclair, New Jersey, she was one of 5 children of German Jewish immigrant parents, Hedwig and Ulrich E. Steinberg. She signed a contract with Conover Modeling Agency in New York when she was a teenager and changed her name to Elaine Stewart. Conover Modeling Agency worked with leading magazines, and she was soon getting photo layouts, which helped her become noticed and led to her career in film. Number 9. Stewart's modeling got her noticed. Stewart beat out hundreds of young models to earn a photo layout in C magazine in 1952 and won the title of Miss C. Although she soon moved her focus to acting, she was still pictured in a number of magazines throughout the years. She also made an appearance in Photoplay and posed nude for Playboy magazine in 1959. Stewart caught the eye of producer Hal B. Wallace at Paramount, who cast her in the Dean Martin-Jerry Lewis comedy Sailor Beware in 1952 and offered her $200 a week to play a sexy Navy nurse. Although she was only a short scene throughout the film, it was enough to land her an MGM contract. Number 8. Stewart's first small role that led to her career in film. Stewart was offered a few small roles, which finally led to her being cast in The Bad and the Beautiful in 1952 as Lila, a wannabe film star who's hoping to make it by having a romantic fling with the producer Jonathan Shields, played by Kirk Douglas. Many referred to her as being both bad and beautiful in her role as Lila. A line in the film that lingers with most is when Lila is told that Shields is a great man, and she responds by saying, "There are no great men, Buster. There's only men." Number 7. She acted alongside big Hollywood names. 1953 was Stewart's breakthrough year, as she was cast as a leading role in a number of movies alongside big names in the film industry, including Mickey Rooney in the comedy A Slight Case of Larceny, Ralph Meeker in Code 2, and Richard Widmark in Take the High Ground. Her role as Julie, a neurotic war widow who comes between Army sergeants, played by Widmark and Carl Malden in Take the High Ground, was by far her greatest performance that year. Number 6. 1953 was a busy year for Elaine. 1953 was not only a breakthrough year for Stewart because of the films that she acted in alongside other big Hollywood names, it was also a breakthrough year because of the amount of films she landed that year. In an eventful year, Stewart was also seen losing her head in Young Bess, where she played Anne Boleyn. She was also on the cover of Life magazine entitled Budding Scarlet Visits the Folks in Jersey. Stewart was often characterized as a budding scarlet. However, many people disagreed with this characterization as they felt she'd already become a star. Number 5. She continues to make a name for herself in a number of films. In 1954, Stewart was on loan from MGM and starred in The Adventures of Haji Baba, which was referred to as a piece of Hollywood exotica. She played an Oriental princess being escorted across the desert by John Derrick to marry a powerful prince. A scene in the film she often referred to when talking about the film is when she's told that she is extremely innocent, to which the 24-year-old replies, "Whose fault is that? Here I am, 17 and unwedded. My sisters and cousins were married at 14. I have wasted 3 years, and I will waste no more." She also starred in Brigadoon in 1954, where she acts as Gene Kelly's Park Avenue fiancé. The film begins with a sharp cut from the picturesque Scottish village of the Highlands to the bustling Manhattan bar where Stewart's self-absorbed character feels at home. While she talks about shopping and wedding plans, Kelly listens to the music and pictures the dance that she had with a Scottish lass. Number 4. Stewart leaves MGM to sign a new contract. She lost a role in The Opposite Sex to Joan Collins in 1956 And so Stewart decided to leave MGM and take on a two-picture deal with Universal. They quickly made her change her hair to Quicksilver blonde. When asked about this from a fan magazine, Stewart commented, "All my jewelry is silver to go with my hair. I even have a silver Mercedes to drive and a silver poodle named Clico. I have silver nail polish and eat off silver dishes. I even sleep on a silver bed." Number 3. The best of her last roles in film. In 1957, Stewart starred in the film The Tattered Dress, where she is seen in the credit sequence having her dress ripped by her lover and then driving home drunk to her jealous husband. She was more reserved in the 1957 film Night Passage, in which she tries to stir up past yearnings in James Stewart on a mission for her wealthy husband. The best of her last roles was In the Rise and Fall of Legs Diamond in 1960, where she played a treacherous gangster mole. Number 2. Her marriages and kids. In 1961, Stewart married actor Bill Carter. However, the two divorced 3 years later in 1964. She married TV producer Merrill Hedder shortly after her divorce on December 31, 1964. She retired from acting for a while to start a family. The couple had a son, Stewart, and a daughter, Gabrielle. Number 1. Stewart makes a comeback to TV. Stewart had a comeback in the 1970s as a host on 2 TV game shows, Gambit alongside Wink Martindale, and the nighttime edition of High Rollers with Alex Trebek, on which her husband, Peter, was the executive producer. Elaine Stewart passed away at her home in Beverly Hills, California on June 27, 2011 at the age of 81. She will forever be remembered for her alluring performances in all the films and TV shows that she was a part of. Elaine Stewart was a captivating actress and model who came from humble beginnings. She starred alongside some of the biggest names in Hollywood and became a star in her own right. Her beauty and charm will forever be remembered, and that's why Elaine Stewart will always be amazing. Did you know Elaine Stewart from her modeling or acting? Which of her films do you remember and love the most? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, make sure you check out the next video in this series.